Hello, bros. Today we're talking about Broforce. I love this game. It's been a while since I've played a kind of co-op or multiplayer game that was honestly a ton of fun, and this is definitely it. This game is, I think, 4-player co-op. And so just the amount of stupid things you can do is really, really fun. So it's a 2D side-scrolling kind of shooter game. And essentially you play as a bunch of copyright-friendly versions of a bunch of, action heroes from different kinds of movies and franchises like, Die Hard, The A-Team, The Matrix, Predator, Terminator, anything Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chuck Norris have been in, they're basically here. And so you have these copyright-friendly versions of them, each one with their own kind of moveset. They basically have, a basic attack, which is their weapons, and then they have an alternate attack, which is maybe like a special kind of attack or combo, or like an alt fire thing that gives them some sort of special move. For example, for RoboCop, he can do the cool, lock-on feature, so he can, target enemies from far away, and then he can shoot those bullets any way he wants. And then for other characters, they'll just do a bigger version of their already, working, normal attack, like a flamethrower or something. They also can press Y to do a bunch of melee moves and throw guys, and some characters also have very custom melee attacks that like slit people's throat and stuff, which is pretty cool. You can also flex in this game, and I think for some characters that slows down time, and also if you're playing with 2 people, I think there's also like a high five button, and if you both high five at the same time, it creates a slow-mo mode, which is a lot of fun. Throughout most of the game, you're just fighting dogs, bandits, and eventually, with the DLC, you're fighting things like, Alien from the Alien series. I'm just honestly shocked at how many different characters and how big the roster is, especially with the DLC, since they've been making this game for like 10 years or something, it feels like almost. I think it came out in like 2014, and like only in 2023 or something it just finished. Officially, it was like, okay, we're done making this game. And so, yeah, the roster is absolutely huge. And what's a very cool mechanic is that in order to increase the roster, you need to save POWs. So one of the main mechanics in this game as you're going through it is there are these cages with POWs in them. And essentially what you have to do, if you're playing with a friend, what it allows you to do, if they've died, it allows you to resurrect them immediately. But in addition to that, even if someone isn't dead yet, you get like an extra life and an extra character. So even if you die with a specific character and you have an extra life, you don't actually respawn as that character, but as a new character. So this game really encourages you to have different play styles and understand a lot of the different movesets of a lot of characters. I should have mentioned the very first guy you start with is Rambo, or Rambro, as he's called, and all of the characters in these games have just a bro in their name, regardless if it's grammatically makes sense or not, but it makes sense or not. And so Rambo is kind of a very basic character. He has a machine gun, and his special attack is throwing grenades. Some characters are also have different kind of jump moves, movement abilities, but that's kind of rare. Most of them move more or less the same. And so the more POWs you unlock, the more kind of characters you have. And so after each mission, it'll tell you how many POWs you need to save in order to unlock the next character. And then they become part of the rotational, types of characters you can unlock via POWs. And so, again, as you're playing the game, yes, it's fun, but you're also encourages you to keep playing, get the next kind of checkpoint. And, of course, the number of POWs you need to rescue always increases. So it goes from, 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 to 20, etc. Till the point there's almost you forget there's POWs to unlock, and then it just naturally flows with the gameplay. The world itself, again, it's a 2D world, and it's kind of built like Minecraft, which is really funny because everything's in this block structure. And what's also very interesting is that the world is completely destructible. Everything from, the ground, the only thing that's not destructible are the ladders, so at least you can't get super stuck. But there are quite a few times here where you can get really stuck actually in this game if you're not careful and you actually destroy all the platforms you need in order to walk on. Your only option might be just to die and restart that section, so you do have to be actually pretty careful how much you can destroy. But again, I love the sound effects. I love the feeling of how much you can blow up in this game. It just feels absolutely ridiculous and over the top, like a proper bro game. Of course, one thing to mitigate losing platforms is that you can press the A button to jump, and you can actually, every character is able to kind of wall jump or hang on to walls in some way. And so that helps you, if you need to basically just have this giant cliff face and you've blown up everything else, you are actually still able to climb it. So the game is actually very balanced in a lot of ways. Also, if you get hit by like one bullet or one dog or one melee attack, you are dead. Doesn't matter what kind of character you are, so you have to be very careful about what you do. Again, there's all kinds of crazy fun scenarios that happen because of this completely destructible environment. Sometimes, and like there's always a ton of explosives in every environment. So sometimes, some environments you can actually destroy the platforms beneath enemies and they'll simply fall to their death. Other times you can blow up, explosives that kill enemies entirely. You don't have to fight any of them at all. And sometimes there are these giant sort of propane tanks that are really funny and cool because they end up, after being lit and hit, they end up essentially being kind of rocket propelled explosives, and so they go across the map and destroy any enemies that are over there. What is crazy though, or kind of frustrating, is that they can of course blow you up. And so honestly, more than half the time I was playing this game, when I died, it was honestly my fault. I had thrown too many explosives and I basically just messed up. And also sometimes I would accidentally kill my teammates, and it really wasn't my intention to do so. Some of my favorite characters to play in this game are probably definitely the Dirty Harry, Neo, or Mr. Broderson, or whatever he's called, the Terminator, RoboCop, and Blade. Blade is actually a lot of fun because he's very, very agile and he's able to essentially move around the environment a lot. But yeah, the amount of times I've played this game and it's been more so my teammates' fault that they destroyed a platform I was on or something else it's incredibly frustrating, but honestly still a lot of fun. I've never played a game, this is kind of like a simple version of like those old Flash games, but it's just made so well and so much. It's just a lot of fun, honestly. And I can't remember the last time I played a game that was just like, oh, this is just fun. There's no story, no like context. You don't need to learn the game. There's not some complicated moveset. This is just a very dumb, stupid, fun game. Also, I love other depictions. Like you have a general that tells you where to go for each mission. And he doesn't have any dialogue, but he does have dialogue, but no voice lines. But he's just this giant guy with huge epaulets and just over exaggerated everything. And so, yeah, they just take everything to the 10th extreme, and it's really, really funny. I love it. Yeah, the Terminator is really good because his special move is invincibility. Blade is able to do this kind of dash attack, which makes him really, really useful. Again, RoboCop has that ability to kind of aim at targets above or below anywhere in the environment. That's super, super useful. And Clint Eastwood, he just has a really long range with his pistol, which is really nice. And he throws Molotov cocktails, which is really cool. Also, I love Mr. T because he has a flamethrower, and I just love flamethrowers. However, when there are voice lines in this game, they are absolutely hilarious. Like, they're always things completely over the top. Like, the guy is like yelling and grunting like, oh my god, Broforce. I don't want to do it now to my microphone, but I love the voice dialogue in this game. It's absolutely the funniest thing I've ever heard because it's so over the top. And so you basically have this world map where they also have like these fake names for some of these, areas of the world, where basically you go in and do it like a little mission. And again, there's no real overarching story, just that the bros are here to fight for, freedom and justice. And so that's what they're going to do. Oh yeah, I forgot there's also a run button. So they're able to, get over, big chasms and stuff like that. And of course, as you move through the level, each checkpoint is like an American flag. And so if you die, you'll respawn there till you run out of lives. Otherwise, you're going to have to redo the entire level. There's some cool things like in this game, like you have zip lines, explosives. You could play these levels multiple times and always get different objectives, or different outcomes rather. What's also very cool is that for the most part you're fighting normal grunts. Then there are bigger grunts who have chain guns and they take a little bit more time to kill. Honestly, those guys killed me the most because when they do fire, you think you're out of range, but they always somehow get me. And so yeah, besides jungles, you also go to urban levels as well. But more or less, the level aesthetic doesn't really matter. It's more or less the exact same kind of game. What I also love about this game is there are certain areas where you can essentially open doors as well and knock people down. There's just so many different things and ways that the enemy reacts in this game that it's just really, really, really fun and interesting every single time. And little animations each character has. And again, it's really addictive because you want to get good at sort of every kind of character type. And I just love how everything just in this environment always explodes no matter what. It's absolutely great. And yeah, the game is not really that hard. It's just a little bit frustrating at times, but honestly, it's so much fun and definitely worth it. Honestly, when I think about it, the thing that killed me the most was actually falling blocks. There's this one few levels that can basically take place underground, and just these blocks that keep falling down are just really, really frustrating. And besides the bigger chainsaw or chain gun guys, there's also, at the end of each level, there's like the evil corporate Satan guy who you need to kill in order to complete the level. And besides that, there are also certain bosses. Some of them are tanks or other kind of, larger enemies, helicopters, that kind of thing. And so those bosses, they usually have a massive health bar. And you just got to take them out. It's interesting though, because it's kind of the enemy that I think would show up later as like a miniature version of itself. But actually that never happens, which I found kind of interesting. But yeah, this is probably the most fun, stupid game I've ever played. I've played in a long time, and I really love it. It's great with friends, and especially people who don't know how to play video games. It's actually really, really, really great. Also, I think the one character who's probably broken is the Universal Soldier, because he can just do slow motion, as his special, which is absolutely just broken. But yeah, this game has a decently long campaign. There's a lot of very cool, features about it. And just a lot of really cool animations. And again, it's just a fun, stupid time. There's nothing really to think about. It does have an interesting ending though, because you can have like this weird ending where like you can kill the president if you really want to, and then you have like a sad ending. But yeah, no, that's still again a choice. But yeah, no, I absolutely love this game. I love all the homages, all the little things they do. It's like the Super Smash Brothers of action games, and it's just a beautifully stupid and just a lot of fun gameplay. Mechanics that just all come together to make a very dumb, fun package that is just a great experience for the boys. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this one. I'll see you guys later. Bye.